Yeah, I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a...
Today, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Today we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Green Bay Packers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. First try on offense for the Bucs and their veteran quarterback, Tom Brady.
Well, partner, how many times do we talk about it going into a season? At some point, we have to figure that age is going to catch up to Tom Brady, but how long have we been wrong about that? I'd say probably about the last 10 years. Last year, he threw for over 4,000 yards again. Should go over 75,000 passing yards in his career early this season. He's still got it. And what a new challenge he's got in Tampa Bay. Excited about the opportunity.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brings up
one thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Dean Lowry. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. It's a gain of 9, but it's also going to mean a punt here on their opening drive.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards, first down Packers. And I think he's a guy, if they had let him walk, no one was going to be shouting from the top of a mountain. But he's a good guy. He's a good locker room guy, too.
Good locker room and a good player. I mean, he's a valuable starter for them. And if you just want to start over and maybe bring in someone new, the learning curve might be a little bit big. So it's a good job by getting him taken care of. And now they can move forward.
He's going to go deep for Funchess. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rodgers. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
At the Bucs 18-yard line.
On second down and 4, Rodgers to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he's got it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Only the Titans converted more red zone opportunities into touchdowns than the Packers last year, and they've got an opportunity here. First touchdown, Packers! Devin Funchess, his 4th touchdown on the year, and the Packers have taken the early lead. This crew, they were on a roll going into the bye week that they just had, Charles, so sort of picking up where they left off.
And you and I both know that when you come back off of an open week and you've been winning games, you should get a few extra days off in order to recharge and refuel. But coaches often hedge their bets, too. They'll bring them back and work them really hard that first practice back to make sure that they're back and grounded.
Whatever they did, formula looking good so far in this one. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and out. And now they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Kenny Clark make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Brady. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Let's go, D. 4-7 to Mike. 4-7 to Mike.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 28. 16 yards, a first down.
Green Bay.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. To throw now. Here's Love. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The sack by the Super Bowl champion and Pro Bowler Jason Pierre-Paul. Love. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Touchdown.
Devin Funchess with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Mike Evans and the Tampa offense about to set up shop. Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And he coughed it up, and the Packers pick it up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. In our meetings this week, they kind of tipped us off. They wanted to play ultra-aggressive, forcing fumbles. They just did that right there.
They took it to the next level, didn't they? You're exactly right, because everyone talks about being aggressive on defense and tackling well, but they were talking about getting after the football, making sure the ball was stripped out each and every time they lined up someone to get them on the ground.
And the adjustment working early. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
And that's complete to Adams. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. He was able to get away initially on that play, but ultimately not much space to roam.
Great job there by them containing him, because you mentioned he got away initially, and how many times does that end up with a guy taking off for 15 or 20 yards? Here, the support was there, and they made the tackle for a loss.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Buccaneers, nothing.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing.
Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And the ball comes out. Love lost it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, it's Brady. He finds McCoy. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
He's got Evans. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
38-yard line.
Good catch there by Mike Evans, and his ability to get downfield and create big plays is something that Tom Brady hasn't had on the perimeter in the last few seasons. Mike Evans often fools defenders with his speed because he's so long. People think he can't be that fast, but he is, and combines it with terrific hands and makes big catches.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Alabama, 380. Choose the mic. Get the ball. Mike's 4-2. Mike's 4-2.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brady, he gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Oh, he got position. On him, and he pulls it in.
Complete to Devontae Adams. It's a gain of
a great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you're probably going to have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20.
One of the underrated aspects of Davante Adams' game is his toughness. He had to battle his way through injury last year, and while his numbers may have dipped, he was still the #1 target for the Green Bay Packers and their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, and still one of the best receivers in the league.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Tony Pollard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead. Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yeah.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this carries into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A throw over the middle taken in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Well, whenever you talk about players that really broke out in the 2019 season, you better add Chris Godwin to that list. Over 1,300 yards receiving, 9 touchdowns. He was second among receivers last season receiving yards per game at 95. This guy combines great body control, excellent strength, and terrific route running ability to become a really big downfield threat.
2nd and 11 at the 41. From the gun, it's Brady. It's complete. He's got Gronk. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And there's a nice catch there by Rob Gronkowski. We all know the story. Came out of retirement, got himself traded to Tampa Bay from New England in order to reconnect with his favorite quarterback. And no one has caught more Tom Brady touchdowns than Gronk, and he expects to add to that total in Tampa Bay.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell him?
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they'll spot him at the 3-yard line. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Keyshawn Vaughn with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit.
Matt Gay on for the point after.
That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy Bunting. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Shotgun now for Brady. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Slipping into the backfield for the sack was Oren Burks. Throwing on 3rd and long. Brady. And he'll check this one down to McCoy. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Now Aaron Rodgers and the offense heading back onto the field. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis?
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes.
He's got a man, complete.
Rodgers pass.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 37 yards. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. Past the 20. 10. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Down, Buccaneers.
You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
Gay is on for the point after. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So, due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter.
Bradley Pinion, the kickoff.
So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay.
17,
Davante Adams with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And the touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play. Got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Brady's throw there complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay.
First and 10.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
Brady's pass there, complete to Gronkowski. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
Here's a throw caught by Gronkowski. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
The 26-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. A gain of 6 there on first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
All right, T, let's go. All right, T. Right there. 54. 54, Mike. Let's go,
Brady now on first down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
Mike Evans has been so good downfield. I think that sometimes we end up taking him for granted. When you look back at what he's done each year in the league, he's been a 1,000-yard receiver each and every time. Now paired with the prolific Tom Brady, those numbers could really jump.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play.
If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Mike 42. Mike 42. Check.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Davante Adams in the Packer offense heading back out, creeping up on 1,000. Could get there on this drive, so a challenge for him to do that, but also defensively maybe a challenge for them to not allow that.
And that means probably kicking even more coverages to his side. And what that really means is wherever he lines up, you will have a cornerback over in his area. Now instead of blitzing your linebacker, drop him into coverage. Instead of the safety dropping into regular coverage, that safety moves.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams, 78 yards. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Back back now comes Tampa Bay. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here.
Ronald Jones, the ball carrier.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter. No time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
This for his running back, McCoy. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this.
Love on the keeper.
When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a 1st down.
1st down, Green Bay.
1st down going to the air with Love. He's going to loft one deep left side here. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy Bunting. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
1st and 10.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Set the tone. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
So after the INT, it's Brady. That's caught by Howard. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 6 yards left on second down. From the gun, Brady over the middle, complete. That's McCoy. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Brady. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he goes out right around the 39. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
It's caught. Jones. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
A gain of 13.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. From midfield, here's Brady. And he finds Howard complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Love now on 2nd down, eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
A gain of 7. 1st down, Packers.
Love now to pass on 1st down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Jordan Love ready on 1st down here. This will be caught inside the 10. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 25 yards that time. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Only the Titans converted more red zone opportunities into touchdowns than the Packers last year, and they've got an opportunity. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Jordan Love, his third touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Packers add on to their lead. And they wasted no time right down near the goal line, and they just sneak it in.
Just do what you need to do. Big guys going up front, have the field general, the leader, just fall in behind them.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. From the gun, Brady. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The Bucs on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Finding Gabriel, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
First down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
47 is the mic. 47 is the mic.
Brady now on 1st down. He finds McCoy. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Buccaneers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Right back to him for 10 more and a 1st. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
And that one his first incompletion in his last 6 passes. And it's 3rd down.
Intended for LaShawn.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick.
Brady's pass intercepted.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the line.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Love on the keeper.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down.
3rd down.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Thought they were going to force a fourth down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really be demoralizing.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. They'll try and sneak it here. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Working out of the gun, Love. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
25 yards line.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. One final try now for Brady. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
Score, Packers.